Under syllabus, you have topic called depreciation, capital gain, income from other source, block of asset. What do you mean by block of asset? Capital gain, you know that it is one more head of your income tax. Assessment of company as well as MAT. What is a MAT? Minimum alternative tax. Hello everyone, a warm welcome to all. This is your Adarsh sir here, lecturing Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. Now we are discussing your tax management 2. In your previous SEM, like your 5th SEM, we discussed about tax management 1. Under tax management 1, we discussed about your 5 heads of income. Out of those 5 heads, we did not completed all the heads, in the sense, in your syllabus, you did not have all the heads of income. You had heads of income in the kind of income from salary, income from house property, and income from business or profession. These are the 3 heads out of 5 we completed in your previous SEM. The balance to your heads like capital gain and income from other source. These 2 we discuss in today's session. Along with these 2, you have another 4 topics which are there for your 6th SEM tax management 2. And in this SEM, you will understand how to calculate your individual taxation, taxation of individual, taxation of company, and a basic information about even indirect tax also. Indirect tax in the sense your GST, goods and service tax. So these are all the topic, and in today's session, we'll discuss about your syllabus, your question paper pattern, your marks allotment, internal portions, and your class planner. These things we are going to discuss in today's session. The first thing we call it as syllabus. Under syllabus, you have topic called depreciation, capital gain, income from other source. 1, 2. Depreciation, it is a form of your business or profession itself. So depreciation comes under capital gain also. So these are the things we are going to discuss in your coming classes. Depreciation, capital gain, income from other source, assessment of individual, tax deducted at source, and finally we go for goods and service tax. So these are the topics we are going to discuss for the current semester. So first we'll go one by one topic wise. The first one is depreciation. Under depreciation, what we will going to discuss, like your meaning of depreciation, the conditions, block of asset. What do you mean by block of asset? Under block of asset, we call it as like if there are 10% depreciation for the following asset, and one more kind of asset is there, that is for 15%, one more 25%, one more 40%. Individual percentage we call it as block of assets. We'll go in detail for this topic. Rates of depreciation. So as per income tax, the rate in accountancy, what happens in the question, they will mention that 10% depreciation, 15% depreciation. Depreciation are mentioned, but in your income tax, the depreciation we have to learn, because every financial year they will give you one set of depreciation. Normally depreciation percentage will not change, it will remain the same thing. You have to remember the depreciation if it is not mentioned in the question paper. Then problems on computation of depreciation under section 32. Your depreciation in income tax which comes under section 32. There are simple calculations are there. As per my knowledge, easily you can score marks in this topic, depreciation. The next topic we call it as capital gain. Now, capital gain, you know that it is one more head of your income tax. Now, capital gain means what? We have long term, we have short term capital gain. And in the general meaning, capital gain means assume that You have a motor vehicle. The value is 10 lakh. What is the price of the vehicle? 10 lakh. You are selling this motor vehicle at a price of 12 lakh. 10 lakh vehicle, you are selling at what price? 12 lakh. What is the extra? Now, the 2 lakh extra or addition, we call it as, the addition of 2 lakh, we call it as capital gain. Whether it is a long term or short term, those things I'll explain you while doing the particular topic called capital gain. So in the long term or short term, we have three slabs like excess of 12 months, excess of 24 months, excess of 36 months. The holding period of 12, 24, 36. Less than 12, less than 24, less than 36, we call it as short term. Above 12, above 24, above 36, we call it as long term. Which are the assets comes under category of 12? Which are the assets comes under the category of 24? Which are the asset which comes under the category of 36? These things will go in detail while doing this particular topic. And one more thing, they will not give you big problem in this. It will be 15 mark, but they will give you asset number 1, asset number 2, asset number 3. Each asset will carry 5 mark. Total it is 15 mark. Easiest one, long term and short term calculation you are supposed to learn. Now, computation of income from capital gain, like capital gain, types of capital asset, transfer, cost of acquisition, cost of improvement. I'll explain you what is improvement, what is acquisition and all. Types of capital gain like long term and short term. Exemption for individual assessee, like whatever the profit you will get, on that also you have exemption, like you sold some property and you bought one more new property. The new property, whatever you bought, you can claim it as exemption. I'll explain you everything while doing that particular topic. And the last one, we call it as computation. Computation in the sense problems. The next part we call it as income from other source. Now, under income from other source, we get like income from other source, items of income chargeable, kinds of security, bond washing. This is a compulsory 5 mark theory in your examination. Deduction, computation, set off and carry forward, set off losses, assessment of individual. These are the things we are going to discuss while doing income from other source. Set off and carry forward, it doesn't come under income from other source. It is a separate topic actually. I'll explain you while doing that particular topic. What is income from other source? Like you have 5 heads. What is that? I have given my example itself. If I take salary from Vidhyaashram, that is income from salary. If I take money from tuition, that is income from profession. If I sell my car and get profit, that is income from capital gain. I have a house given for rent. That rent is called as income from house property. Other than these 4, if I get any other income, that is called as income from other source. What kind of income you can expect? Like you have 50 lakh with you, you deposited in bank. What bank people will give you? They will give you interest. That is income from other source. And you won some lottery. You have taken 10 rupee lottery and you won 1 lakh rupees. That 1 lakh comes under income from other source. You have participated in some event like any TV show or something like KBC. In KBC, you got some 10 lakh or something. That comes under income from other source. Other than these 4 heads, whatever extra income you will get, that comes under income from other source. One of the interesting topic, and easily you can score marks in this particular topic. Assessment of company. What is the next topic? Assessment of company. Now, assessment of company meaning types of company, computation of total income and tax liability, normal computations only. You will not be asked advanced problem in this. All the problems are easy as well as simple. Now, these are the topics like assessment of companies. Easy topic, easily you can score marks. Tax deducted at source. Tax deducted at source in the sense like we call it as, you may heard about TDS. TDS. You know what is TDS, but you don't know what is tax deducted at source because it is a abbreviation. Now, TDS means what? Whenever you get income, there itself tax is deducted. I'll give you a simple example. You went to some KBC show. How much you want? 10 lakh. Will they pay you complete 10 lakh on spot? No. Out of 10 lakh, they will minus 35% tax. They will give you 6 lakh 50,000. Hope you know about this. Whatever price amount you want, from that they deduct tax and they will give you 6 lakh 50,000. Hope you are clear. They will not wait up to 1 year. You have to file your income tax return. That time you have to go to bank. You have to pay your tax. They will not wait till that. Out of 10 lakh, they minus 35%. They will give you 6 lakh 50. Tax deducted at source. There itself, they will minus the tax. One more simple example I'll give you. Like, so some foreign cricketer, they came to India. They have come India. Now, they want some man of the match of 1 lakh. Will they give 1 lakh completely to that fellow, that cricket player? No. Instead of 1 lakh, they will give them 65,000. Why? Because in India, they will deduct the tax. That tax, we call it as TDS. While giving amount only, when they minus tax portion, that we call it as TDS. Hope you are clear. We'll go in detail. There are certain percentages are there. If you remember that percentages, then this topic will be easy. Tax deducted at source, tax deduction at source, advance payment of tax, interest, assessment procedure, kinds of assessment, e-filing of return. These are the topics we have. The next topic we call it as GST, Goods and Service Tax. Goods and Service Tax. So till now, whatever we discussed about direct tax. Whatever the 5 heads I told, these are direct tax. Other than this, indirectly we pay tax. Through the help of somebody else, we pay. I'll give you a simple example. Go and buy one biscuit packet. What is the value of the biscuit packet? 10 rupee. You just check properly. In the biscuit, they will mention 8 rupee 45 paise. Tax is 1 rupee 55 paise. Total the price is 10 rupee. If you buy one Coke also, one Pepsi also, what happens? The price will be 20. In that 20, they do bifurcation. 2 rupees is the tax portion, 18 rupees is the value of the drink. Now, this 1 rupee 55 paise tax, do you go directly to the income tax office, take my 1 rupee 55 paise? No. You give 10 rupees to whom? Shop owner. The shop owner, on behalf of you, he will pay tax. So, I am the only customer. So, like me, there are 1,000 customers are there. He collect 1 rupee 50 paise from 1,000 customers. After collecting, it will be how much? Like 15,000 something. That 15,000 or 1,500 something, he will go and pay to the income tax office. On behalf of me, this fellow will go and pay tax. That is called indirect tax. Hope you are clear? Good. Now, so these are the things like goods or service tax, extent and commencement, features, authority, aggregate turnover, business vertical goods, common portal, advantages and disadvantages of GST. These are the things, simple topic, hardly it takes 2 or 3 sessions, we'll complete this topic. So once we're done with your syllabus discussion, you know that what are the topics you have? You have capital gain, you have income from other source, you have depreciation, income, assessment of individual, assessment of company, and you have TDS and GST. These are the topics we are going to discuss in your classes. Now, so to complete all these classes, how many sessions are required? As per my knowledge, 40 to 45 sessions are required. Each session will carry how many minutes? Each session will carry 30 minutes. 30 minutes in the sense it takes half an hour for one class. Again, I'll repeat, 30 minutes in the sense half an hour for each class. Now, so 30 minutes, so it will take minimum 22 to 23 hours. If you spend 23 hours, you will be expert in your taxation, tax management. Whatever required for your examination, that much I can assure that you will be expert in that. I don't go in depth because taxation, law, auditing, always remember we can go in depth, but in depth you can go, that is only for professional courses. For your BCom or BBA, how much required for your examination, that much only I am going to cover. In between, if I get a scope to explain something, I'll try to explain, but I'll mention that which are important for your examination, which are important for your self-assessment, like for your knowledge purpose. So those things I'll mention there itself while doing the classes. So these are the internal portion. There is tentative, not compulsory or not a final one. We'll go for capital gain, income from other source, assessment of individual and company, tax, TDS as well as goods and service tax, GST. So we plan for 3 internals. If time permits, we'll go for 3. Or else we have to stick on to 2 internals. Then the portions will be shuffled and you will get minimum 2 to 3 topics per internals. So these are the marks allocation. You know better actually. Whatever the marks allocation or question paper pattern you had in your tax management 1, the same pattern we are supposed to use. 15 into 2, 10 into 3, 5 into 4. Total it will carry 80 marks. Your books for reference, as per my knowledge or as per my suggestion, never go for taxation book. Why? Because in your syllabus you have direct tax also, you have indirect tax also. If you go and purchase book, direct tax which will cost you 650 to 700. Indirect tax again it is 5 to 600, means 1300 something you have to spend. Better whatever, once I done with each unit, you will get unit wise notes. Whatever the unit wise notes you will get, that is more than sufficient for your examination. So stick on to those things only, that is more sufficient for your examination purpose. If you want to study further, if you are taking any professional courses, still if you want any further information, you can go for textbook. These are the references, T.N. Manoharan, Vinod as well as Mehrotra. You can go for these 3 topics. So your chapter wise marks allotment, it is also not the final one. These are like probability of your marks allocation for chapter wise. This is based on your previous year question papers. So what is the learning outcome from your topic called tax management? The learning outcome will be acquire knowledge and understanding of provisions of income tax regarding capital gain, depreciation, assessment of company as well as MAT. What is a MAT? Minimum alternative tax. While doing your assessment of company, I'll explain you what is MAT. Last one, GST and also assessment procedure. These are the things we are going to discuss while doing your topics. Now, I'll go back to all your previous slides. If you want to take any screenshot, you can take. So these are your syllabus. Your first topic, depreciation, capital gain, income from other source, assessment of company, tax deducted at source, goods and service tax, class planner, internal portions, your question paper pattern, books for reference, your chapter wise marks allotment, learning outcome. So this is all about your today's session. So hope you understood what is your syllabus. As I know, before you go into any topic, before you start any topic, the plan is very important. So you know the syllabus, plan properly, watch all the video classes step by step. Like if you missed out any middle of, like first to 5 you have watched, Sixth one you missed out. Unless you complete sixth one, don't go for seventh one. So go in your order, complete all the classes, get sent them for Vidhyaashram. Thank you.